Right, we're live, and Iman has his colourful nebula. Is that a nebula there or something?
I don't know what you would call it. It's just my laptop background. I also have a shirt with it on.
Ah. Hello, chat. How are you all doing? It's time for a bit of just Friday chill reading, making a few decisions, hopefully finishing the Lone Wolf book. Hello, Mr. Baker. Hello. There's you commenting, young Iman. Hello, Keith. Hello, Halakan. Hello, Straw Piglet. Yes. There was a lot of talk about sausages on Wednesday. And if Nightbot has woken up, I don't know if Nightbot's alive yet, but we shall find out. Nightbot, are you awake? Hello, Mercurius. I don't know. It doesn't. It sometimes takes a little bit of time to kick in with the stream, so it might not be quite alive yet. He's got to move the microphone.
I was watching some of From the Hilt stream yesterday, his Endless Quest book, and they came across dogs called Whippets, and he was like, "Is that a real dog?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Here in Britain, the most common meaning of the word whippet is the breed of dog. I'm surprised you hadn't heard of it.
Well, that's the thing. I've only ever heard them referred to as the other thing, not dog.
First thing that comes up when you type it in Google, whippet. There you go. There's a whippet.
Popular it's not Yorkshire. That I didn't believe you. It's just that hearing all the Americans were confused too.
Well, they don't get whippets in America, do they? Hello, squirrel. Hello from the hilt.
Not those kinds.
No, but that's a whippet. If anyone wants to know what a whippet is, they're like small greyhounds. They're the second fastest breed of dog on the planet. Very, very good as hunting. They're easy to train. They don't make a lot of noise, and they're very easy to look after as long as they get exercise. They're very chill dogs. Very, very chill dogs. They run fast and they are very easygoing. A bit like greyhounds, one of the easiest dogs in the world to look after. There we are. Temperament: affectionate, lively, intelligent, friendly, gentle, and quiet. They can run up to 56 kilometers per hour, which is about 35 miles an hour. And they're very lightweight dogs. One of those brain cells is for running. They do that very well, though. They do that very, very well indeed. But, Mercurius is off already. Mercurius. Thank you, Mercurius. Look at that. Look at that already. The other brain cell is for sleeping. Yeah, I suppose. 30-mile-an-hour couch potatoes. Yeah, but greyhounds are the same. Greyhounds are so chill until they start running. And then they're off. Then they are off. Right, so where's my owlbear? Well, first things first, I do need to get my my video running in the background because I Squirrel Hermit. Hello, Squirrel Hermit. Unless you're one of the ones. Are you online? Are you online, Squirrel Hermit, or have you just been donated that membership by Mercurius? Oh no! There we go. Squirrel Hermit is here and lurking. So GR, O'Neill, Flynn, Ralph, Three Amigos Miniatures, and CK Mission. It has been a while. Nice to see you, Squirrel. Ralph. Hello, Ralph. Were you summoned by the mighty Mercurius from down under? So, there we are. just realised it's a tiger on Squirrel Hermit. Why have you got a tiger and not a squirrel on your picture? Unless that is a squirrel. Is it a squirrel hybrid tiger thing morphed together? Could be. Could be. Be a squiger. Would it be a squiger? Or a Tyrrell?
Twirl.
Twirl. Yes.
Can you hear me okay? I've just moved
I
to
can
the
hear you
shed.
fine. You moved to shed. You've got new one as well, man. I've done new one for you.
Have this.
Oh, thank you. And thank you, Mercurius. Thank you.
Oh, Squirrel Hermit's outdoing me by 3 times.
He is, yeah. He's one of the old guard. Squirrel Hermit is. Now I've changed your one, Iman. So it doesn't mention whippets anymore. It says, "Hey up, lad, I'm right northern."
I've just seen it.
Hey up,
Yeah,
lad.
that's proper me. That is.
Yeah,
I'm out of my second trimester.
No, but nice to have you here, Ralph. Nice to have you here.
You know what that means? It means out of the £6 that I've donated through memberships, you've received £4.20. Let's go.
You haven't quite paid for one of my pints at the UK Games Expo yet.
No. But your membership is the cheapest one, and YouTube takes the other 29p. So
yes, that is correct. That's correct. I have it on the. I have it on the cheapest possible membership, and yeah, because I've got nothing to give other than just me sat here talking shite.
Oh, Ralph, that's a new name.
It was summoned by the mighty Mercurius.
Oh, yes. Mercurius legend, as always. Good news for me is I've got the laptop and the mobile, so I can do both now.
Oh, good. So, I don't know if you've all seen the. Given the success of my sausage short the other day, I have added sausage to the just for some silliness. They are thick and meaty, just how Mike likes it.
Did you make a new sausage one?
I've made a sausage. I've made a sausage one. No, I haven't made a new sausage video. No, but no, it's in Nightpot.
Yeah, I've just seen it now. You funny fucker.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, I've disappeared.
Yeah, it's your background. Right. Do you remember where we were? I've got here at 142, picked 183. Does anyone remember that?
I just remember feeling like very close to the end. I don't exactly remember everything.
Okay. I think we are.
Exactly, Halakar. Exactly. Maybe another night, Ralph. You and I could do it together.
He's not propositioning you there, Ralph. Yeah.
Oh, could turn the light up a little bit. It's a bit dark.
But you're up north and it's grim up there. It's grim.
Right, yeah, it's raining proper bad. I don't know if you can hear it.
No.
That's good. You can't hear it. It's proper loud.
Pour myself a drink before I start reading. Feel the croak coming on already. I'll reread 142, so you get the idea of where we are, and then we'll set off. Hello, Nerds Nerd. Nice to see lots of people piling in tonight.
Yes.
Sometimes these Friday ones start a little slowly, but obviously.
Hello, Mr. Baker. Hello, Straw Piglet. Hello, Keith. Hello, Halakar. Hello, Mercurius. Hello, Hilt. Hello, Squirrel Hermit.
Ralph.
Who am I missing? Hello, Ralph.
Ralph is Iman is a massive fan of Iron Brew, so he'll be happy to realise there's a Scot here. So
you're a Scotsman. Oh, nice. Better than Yorkshireman, let me tell you.
That's because you're a Lancastrian. That's why. Hello, Daniel.
Hello, Daniel. Hello, Nerds Nerd. I hope I didn't miss anyone. If I have, feel free to lambast me.
I think I've said hello to everybody. I think I've done me greeting thing, done me host thing.
Yeah, 1901's the only one I drink, Ralph. I don't drink the sweetener shit.
Yeah, he's a big fan of 1901.
Got one in the fridge right now, actually.
In fridge?
In fridge, yeah. Sorry, my northernness proper coming out.
Aye, that's right. That's right, that is.
Good man.
So
Thank you, Ralph. I appreciate it.
I'll try and read this with northern accent then, shall I? See how I do? Or shall I? No, I'm not gonna look at him.
You want me to do? No, I can't read it.
No. Okay, we were at 142. We have already selected 183, but this is just to remind you where we got to, because it was 2 weeks ago, and I've been to a convention since. Dawn arrives, rain-swept and gloom-laden. A pall of drizzle hangs over the ghost city, and the gruesome discord of the wailing winds of Marken Gorge make you feel deeply uneasy. You watch and wait, your Kai cloak drawn close about your shoulders to keep out the unwholesome, damp air. It was here during the age of the Black Moon that King Ulnar I of Sommerland killed the mightiest of the Dark Lords, Lord Vashna. In mortal combat, upon the very brink of the abyss, the Dark Lord was slain by Ulnar's sword, the Summer Sword. It is said that his death cry when he fell will echo throughout the gorge until the day he rises to wreak his vengeance on Sommerland and the House of Ulnar. Your stomach tightens when you consider that today could be that very day. For 5 hours, you observe and take in every detail of the ruined city. Over and over, the first line of the strange verse keeps repeating itself in your mind. When the full moon shines o'er the temple deep. Clearly, the temple must be located somewhere underground, and there must be an entrance to it. But where? You study every crack in the broken ground and eliminate all but 2 possibilities. The first is a crypt door guarded by 2 Vasagonian warriors, and the second is a flight of marble steps which descend into the grey earth between 2 columns of fractured stone pillars. Our choices just bear with me a moment. Our choices were to attempt to enter the subterranean temple by way of the guarded door, or trying to enter by the unguarded marble steps. We chose to approach the guards.
Yeah, chat were feeling brave.
They were. You managed to reach a tangle of briars that are growing near the crypt door, and from here you observe the Vasagonian guards undetected. More soldiers appear on horseback, riding into Marken from the north. They dismount swiftly and approach the door. Password, shout the crypt guards. Learn, Lohn, replies the leading soldier. The door opens and they're allowed to enter. Armed with the password, you decide to enter in the same way, keeping the hood of your cloak raised and your some-lending features in shadow. Boldly, you emerge from behind the briars and march towards the guards. Pick a number from the random number table. If you have the Kai discipline of camouflage, add 4 to the number. When it says pick a number, you know what that means. It means roll a d10. 12.
Oh, so we've passed.
If it is 7 to 13, turn to 338. I'm just going to mute and move. There we go. It's out of the way now. It was likely I was going to knock it a lot, because when I use my recording mic, I have to have it really close to me. So I've moved the stand and everything over. But every time I bump the desk, this microphone picks it up. So it's not good.
Yeah.
Okay. Your bravado pays off. The guards accept the password and they allow you to enter the crypt. As the stone door is drawn shut, you find yourself standing in a wide, torchlit corridor that leads away towards the east. To continue, turn to 235. Have you seen that film, Iman?
No, can't say I have.
The Wicker Man.
No, I know what it is.
The
Or the real one,
original,
at least.
the original Wicker Man, starring Edward Woodward and Christopher Lee. Very, very good film.
No, can't say I've ever seen it.
Well, no, I'm telling you, it's one of the few films
Yeah.
that I've watched. I don't watch many films, but that's one of them, and it's really, really good. Yeah, don't watch the Nick Cage one. It's abysmal. Okay. Watch the original British made one. Ewa Woo Wah, yes. Edward Woodward with the D removed from his name.
Oh, right. That's funny. I like that.
Absolutely, Halakar. Absolutely. It's the most Cthulhu-ish film I think I've ever seen. The corridor ends at a flight of steps that descends 100 feet into the earth. At the bottom, a short passage leads to a junction where a tunnel runs from north to south. To the north, you can see a torchlit cavern with what appear to be an observation slits carved into the wall. To the south, the passage leads towards a low balcony. Do we have tracking? Yes. Turn to 296. Thanks to your discipline, you established that the Marken Gorge is located to the south. It may be the best way to find Madelon and prevent her sacrifice. Now return to 235 to make your choice. Right. We now know the Marken Gorge is to the south, which is the way we're supposed to go, but I am going to give you this choice. Do we investigate the torchlit cavern, or do we take a look over the low balcony? Low balcony is to the south.
Yeah, balcony.
Just going to clean my glasses. Booked myself in for an eye test on Monday.
Okay.
Because I desperately need new glasses. Problem is the cost. There was a real shortage of old miniatures at the con. There were loads last year, but I didn't see many this year. Or at least I saw a few packs of already painted plastic ones. Not interested in those.
3-2 for balcony at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Balcony or cavern? Cavern is to the north, the balcony is to the south, and the tracking gave us south as the recommended direction. 4-2 now, 5-2. Any more? Any more votes? I've got a mixture of the metal miniatures, some of the old lead ones, some of the modern metal ones, and some plastic ones. And to be honest, as long as the miniature looks good, I don't mind. But I don't really play with games in miniatures all that often. They're just there to paint. Problem is my eyesight's really poor, so
Do you need like different paints to paint different materials, though?
No.
Okay.
No, the acrylic paints work beautifully on both.
Okay.
Except the metal ones, there are certain types of resin or plastic that you don't need to prime so much, but the metal ones definitely need priming.
What? Because otherwise the paint will slide off or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
But priming helps anyway, helps bring out the colours. And helps with the shading. All right, balcony, 100. But my painting isn't great. There are some decent models I've done. Some of them are a right mess, though. An empty feeling grips your stomach as you stare upon the altar and inner sanctum of the subterranean temple. Your Kai senses burn as if every nerve in your body is screaming a warning to flee from this evil chamber. Huge braziers of molten metal encircle a black altar, upon which lies fair Madelon, the daughter of Baron Vaneland. She seems to be entranced. Her breathing is slow and shallow. Beyond the altar lie two massive doors, a gigantic skull engraved upon their black stone surface. Out of your view, another door opens and a procession of red-cloaked priests enter the temple. Their heads are covered and they each carry strange amulets of carved black stone. They file past the altar, depositing the amulets in a circle around the young girl's body, and then file out again in total silence. Then you hear the sound of a distant drumbeat. Steadily it grows louder and nearer. The measured steps of steel-shod boots resound in its wake. Barakar is approaching. We are close to the end of this book, aren't we?
It does feel like it.
Braziers of molten metal. I mean, it could be braziers of molten metal, which would, of course, be very interesting.
That would be very hot indeed.
Hey! Barakar carries the stench of death and decay about him. He strides into the temple in his steel-shod boots of Gorgaz hide and slams shut the huge stone door with frightening ease. He stands in silence before pushing open the huge black doors engraved with the menacing skulls. Suddenly, a gale-force wind sweeps through the temple, and your ears are filled by a terrible scream. Beyond the open doors, a pier of stone juts into the abyss of Markham Gorge. You are staring into the chasm of doom.
There it
turns
is.
away. What's that?
The name of the book.
The name of the book, yeah. Barakar turns away from the windswept pier and walks slowly towards the altar. From a hidden scabbard, he removes a twisted black dagger and holds its stiletto blade to the light. An evil blue flame runs up and down the black steel spike, flickering wildly in the ice-cold winds of Markham Gorge. The sacrifice is about to begin. What do we do now? Draw our weapon and attack Barakar, or try to distract his attention from the altar in another manner? So, draw weapon and attack, or distract him. Little bit of artwork of the blade.
Distract.
You're going for distract. I have down. You've not seen my painting headset, have you? If I could get used to... hold on. That's how I have to paint.
Yeah,
but
I've seen it
with my glasses on, I can only see about... Because I use varifocal glasses, I can only focus now precisely that far from my face. Any further, I can't see anything. Any closer, I can't see anything. So if I can hold a miniature exactly that far from my face, I'm fine.
Is that about a foot?
Yeah, that's 18 inches, that. Yeah. Hello, RPG Exile. Hello, Doc Flamingo. Hello, Jeb Gordon. People are piling in.
Oh, yes. Hello, RPG Exile.
And Daniel's given some membership.
Jeb.
Well, wow.
Oh,
here we go.
Him and Mercurius having a fight again.
Well, look, I'm happy for them to call it quits. Call it a draw, because that's fine, absolutely fine. Right, you said distract. We've got Mercurius seems to be the one who's differing in opinion with everybody tonight. So,
that's because he's upside down.
3-1. Nerd says murder time, so I'm guessing that means fight him. Straw Piglet says he'll be distracted by a sword in him, so that's 3-3. Halakar says attack. That's 4-3 for attack. RPG Exile says judo chop. I'm guessing that means attack. Attack's winning. So distract the big bad guy or attack him. We're at 5-3 now.
Oh, so Dan gifted Henry Bayliss, Big Daddy Evil 1, Turd Ferguson 92, Bob C something, and RJ. Curious has gifted another one to Trist.
Okay.
So Mercurius is one up.
Thank you. He is. Yeah, he's leading 6-5. Basically, we've walked, Jeb. I think we're at the end of the book. We're in the temple. There's a sacrifice about to happen, and the high priest is there with his dagger like that. Do we try and distract him or do we attack him? That was the question. He's quite scary looking. Attack is winning 5-3. Ralph, yeah. I mean, Ralph's from Scotland, so they choose violence first every time, don't they?
Yep, 7-3 attack.
7-3 attack, yeah. Okay, attacking it is. $274. Hong Kong Fooey. Ever such a super guy.
Oh, I remember that.
Hong Kong Fooey. Quicker than the human eye. I think that's right, isn't it? That's
the rhythm is definitely right.
Yeah. It's been years since I've seen it. Henry, the mild-mannered janitor? Could be. Mercury says he's of Scottish descent, so violence it is. So are you really Muck-urious?
Draw Piglet as well. Got a lot of hidden Scots in chat.
I like Scotland. I will.
Scotland's beautiful, mate, and the people are so much nicer than England.
Well, they don't hide things from you in Scotland. It's like
if they don't like you, they'll be honest with you.
Yeah. It's like the northeast of England. I don't like virtual dice better than real ones, Richard. I prefer real dice at the table, but when I'm playing this for you lot on a Friday, I like you to be able to see my rolls. I think it makes it more engaging if you can see my rolls. So rather than spend 60, 70 quid on a second webcam and film my dice tray, it's easier to use a free website out of Albert Rodeo. And yeah.
Yes, Doc Flamingo.
Yeah. No, the thing is, from what I found, people from the northeast of England and Scotland, there's nothing hidden. They are upfront. They say what they think. They say what they mean, and that's it. That's it. And you know exactly where you stand with the Scots. And to be honest, when I went to Australia, I found the same. Australians are very, very blunt as well. But there's nothing wrong with that. The further north of the British Isles you go, I think the blunter people get.
Yes.
In general.
That's why you don't trust people from London.
Nope. There are some exceptions. I mean, we have some friends of the channel who are on the south coast.
But obviously they're exceptions to the rule, right?
Yeah.
I love you, Andy, if you're here.
And you, Gingerbeard.
And Gingerbeard. Well, he's technically Norwegian.
Gingerbeard. No, his wife's
Well,
Norwegian.
he's married to someone from Norway, so he might as well be.
Yeah. His wife's Norwegian, but
he's renounced his British citizenship.
Well, no, he hasn't. He's got a Jersey passport. He's from the Channel Islands.
Yes, he is.
So he's almost French.
Even more reason to renounce his citizenship.
Yes. Yeah, Scandinavia. The Scandinavians I've met have been sound as well. I actually say the Scandinavians are quite sharp because they've got big axes. They favour big axes. Right, here we go. Speaking of sharp, Barakar draws a razor-sharp scimitar, holding its mirror-like blade in his other hand. Then he advances towards you with deadly grace. You can sense his warrior prowess and feel his ice-cold nerve.
Oh.
Your fight will be hard, and it will be to the death. Do we possess a flask of holy water?
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
It says, if you possess a flask of holy water, turn to 283. If you possess the summer sword, turn to 122.
Let's check the holy water out.
Actually, chat, sword or holy water? Sword or holy water? Iman says holy water.
Yes, holy water. I want to see what it does, to be honest. We've summer sworded everything.
Yeah. Holy water. This is the first time I think Daniel's ever chosen water. Hello, Coco. Well, yeah, dip the blade in the holy water. If that was an option, that would be the one, wouldn't it? That would be the one. Holy summer sword.
Oh, yeah, that would be OP as hell.
I might get a second camera one day, Mercurius. The problem is at the moment, I'm sort of cramped in here. I'd like to probably move all my game stuff in and have like a nice corner desk up. I'm pointing, you can't see over there. It's closer to my gaming stuff. It gives me more room, but it gives me more, so I can spread out more on the desk, and then dice tray and that could all be up on my right hand. I could have probably three monitors then, but I'm a little bit cramped at the moment.
Yeah, I've seen behind the scenes because John kindly allowed me to stay at his over the weekend, and I can attest to that.
Yes. I don't have a lot of space up here. Well, I've got the room's quite big. It's just that my desk isn't.
I'm surprised.
Have I seen much of the rest?
Any note running sessions?
Well, it goes all over the floor. That's the thing.
It's just true.
I spread it all over the floor. Have I seen much of the rest of Europe? I've been to France. Let's go from north to south. I've been to Scotland. I've been to Northern Ireland. I've been to France. I've been to Switzerland. I've been to Spain, and I've been to Italy. Those are the only countries in Europe I've been to.
Never been to Germany or the Netherlands?
No, I haven't. Never been to Scandinavia. Never been to Germany. Been to France.
Been to Wales?
Twice. Of course I've been to Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scotland, Northern Ireland don't count. They aren't part of Europe anymore. Who had the best food? That's a tough one because when I went to a lot of European countries, my palate wasn't great. I was a very, very, very fussy eater. I would really Italian cuisine's got a problem for me because it's got so much cheese in it. I've really, really enjoyed French food last time I was there, which was about 20 years ago. It's that long? It's been that long? When am I going to Chicago? I haven't got a clue. I'm going to Toronto over the border in October. I've got to decide on a flight that goes via Reykjavik or Amsterdam.
I've been to Amsterdam.
I've not.
As you can imagine. It's the only place I've ever been on holiday as an adult.
I'd say of the countries I've visited, the country that had the best food was Mauritius. That's because I was staying in a 4-star plus hotel.
Oh, was that for your honeymoon?
Yeah. Well, that's where I got married. I got married in Mauritius.
Yeah, sorry. For your wedding.
I enjoyed the food in Japan when I was there, and I enjoyed the food in Australia when I was there.
When did you go to Japan?
I went through Japan to Australia. I stayed in Japan for 24 hours. Just on a
When was this?
1998.
Oh, okay. They've got quite a large vending machine thing going on in Japan recently.
Yes, they had a large vending machine going on when I was there.
I can only imagine it's grown since then. That's one of the things that makes me want to go. That, and I'll probably be like taller than the average person over there.
Richard, no, it doesn't. It's a myth that has spread. It's basically something that went back to the US via the GIs who were here after the Second World War, and that was a time when we had food rationing because of the effects of the Second World War. So for about 10 years after World War II, we had food rationing, which meant very, very limited foods were available. Our food's a lot better. If you go to mass-produced places, it's just as crap as everywhere else. But if you go to a good chip shop and get proper British fish and chips,
especially if you're somewhere that's by the seaside,
sit on the seafront and eat fresh fish and chips, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Our roast dinners are good. You had some very say the fuck away for anything called pudding. Look, I like Yorkshire pudding and I like black pudding, so
Halakar's mentioned beef Wellington above there. Yeah, I'd say that's British.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yes, it is. Hello, Daniel.
How are you guys doing?
Hey, Dan.
You're right.
Not too bad, mate. How are you?
I'm here. Finally got
it's better than not being.
And been busy doing stuff. That's why I didn't join live.
No worries.
You know.
Were you being Kelsey tonight?
I was trying to not be Kelsey, but yeah, screw you. Yeah, I was trying to not be Kelsey.
Mercurius chips just wrapped in any paper. It really doesn't matter.
Oh, they don't do. I haven't come across any newspaper wrapped ones in ages because there was this whole thing about like the ink soaking into the chips.
Oh yeah, that was when I grew up in Johnstown. Now, mind you, this would have been late 70s, early 80s. That was a thing. You guys call them chips, we call them French fries. But yeah, they came out on newspaper.
Oh,
chips are different to French fries.
Hello, Robert Phillips.
French fries
are. I will agree with you on that. There is a difference.
Yeah, chips are chunkier.
Yeah, they're bigger and thicker. They're more like wedges or something. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
no, wedges are a different thing as well.
It all depends where you're from.
If you're from the UK, which is like the only real part of the world, let's be honest.
You know, yeah, okay, whatever.
Doc's not wrong here.
Yeah, you want to try some authentic English food? Have some curry. Have a kebab.
Kebab, yeah. Where's
Well,
it?
the thing is, a big reason that they used to wrap them up in newspaper is because everybody had newspapers.
Yeah.
And it was a cheap wrapper. It was cheaper than your paper towels or your wax paper, aluminum foil, whatever, aluminium for you Brits.
Yeah.
But that's why they did it in newspaper. It was just cheaper because,
Straw Piglet, Mauritius is a tropical island east of Madagascar. It's part of the African continental plate. That classes as being on the continent of Africa. It's a beautiful, beautiful island. Absolutely stunningly gorgeous. It's not very big. It takes you about an hour to cross it from north to south. The capital city, Port Louis, is a shithole. But the rest of the island is beautiful. Well, it was 22 years ago when we got married.
and now you probably have, I don't know, probably Somalis raiding the area and pirates and.
Well, no, they're far enough from the coast to have any issues. I believe.
That's cool. Somebody always has to go and screw something. Something that's nice. They always got to go screw something up.
Yeah.
Can't let well enough alone.
But it's lovely. I mean, basically, the cost of getting married in Britain is astronomical. Booking a place to get married and somewhere to have food afterwards and all that sort of stuff, it's obscene. So we picked a tropical island that we both wanted to go to, booked a holiday there, booked a wedding for in the middle of the holiday, so it was the honeymoon as well. And then we said to all our friends and family, you're welcome to come along. You've got to pay for yourself.
Yep.
And it was perfect. There were 13 of us that went.
That's
close family.
Yep. That's how it went.
It's close family and best friends. My best friend from school came. He lives in Australia now with his wife. They flew over from Australia to see us, and it cost us probably 20% of what it would have cost to get married in this country and have a cheap honeymoon to Spain or Italy or somewhere like that. It cost us about 20% of that there.
My first wedding, that wife wanted, she was a princess. She wanted this big ass wedding. We had it in an arboreum, whatever, and had a pianist. And then we went down to Orlando for a week for our honeymoon. And between the wedding and the honeymoon, I spent $17,000. Actually, forgot about the cash from the wedding. So I spent $20,000 between the wedding and the honeymoon.
Yep, that's pretty much what it is over here.
Yeah.
What?
And then she cheated on me, left in 2 years, and got the house and and kept the good car, and I got the shitty car. So yeah.
Everyone, round of applause for Squirrel Hermit.
Squirrel.
Wow.
That's why I suddenly shouted in the middle of you talking. Then Daniel.
No, that's awesome.
And then I realized I was muted, so I had to do it again.
That's
somebody got paid today.
Yeah, he's been he's not been on many people's streams for a while. I know he's had a lot of work to do, so I'm guessing he has been paid. Thank you, Squirrel. Thank you.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
You absolute fucking legend, mate.
He outdid me. I'm jealous.
Did his finger slip?
Well, we'll never know. We'll never know.
Yeah, it was supposed to be $10.
I think that does deserve a mention by the Nightbot.
New Spectacles Fund. Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah. Well, I had perfect vision until about 6 or 7 years ago, and then I started having to wear reading glasses. But very quickly, my eyes deteriorated, and these were the first glasses I had made. And I bought these. These are good ones. They're very focals with really good wide vision on them. And then I went to had my eyes tested a couple of years later, and they said, "Oh, you need more stronger ones already." And I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford the same quality, so I bought a cheap pair, and they made me feel sick. I could only see when things were directly in front of me. Anything sideways, it was just blurred. So I've just put it off, knowing just how expensive they are.
You're too sweet, mate. You're too sweet.
Anyhow, I think after I nearly had to go for a lie down then. Cheers, Squirrel. You're a star. Turned out with my eyesight, my right eye was quite lazy, and my left eye had been compensating, and my left eye was just sick of compensating. So my left eye, I'd never realised that. Never realised. Right, okay. We were going for holy water, weren't we? Last vote was holy water. You grasp the flask firmly, take careful aim, and then hurl it straight and true. Barakar stands open-mouthed as the container shatters against the haft of the black steel dagger, and there is a sudden explosion of searing white flame. The heat scorches your face, and you are thrown to the floor by the force of the blast. Lose 3 endurance points. Okay. With horror, you stare as Barakar, his arm torn from his body by the searing blast, staggers backwards across the temple. His eyes have been destroyed by the explosion. Now he claws in agony at his sightless eyes with his remaining hand. You watch in silence as he stumbles through the black skull doors, staggers on the pier, and plummets into the Marken Gorge. Greedily, he is swallowed by the chasm of doom. Holy water was the way to go, clearly. Turn to 350.
Oh.
Serves him right. As Baraka dies, the wind suddenly rises in pitch and intensity, filling the temple with a mournful cry of despair. You feel the chill, malevolent spirit of Dark Lord Vashna engulfing you in an icy embrace, but you sense that it is powerless to harm you. The sacrifice has been foiled, and the spirit of Vashna is doomed to lament for a victory that might have been. Lying on the black temple floor is the dagger of Vashna. As you pick it up and tuck it into your belt, dagger of Vashna, the evil blue flame flickers and dies. As long as you possess this evil blade, Dark Lord Vashna and his legion of dead warriors will remain imprisoned in the chasm of doom. The dreadful powers of the dagger fill your mind with horrific visions. If you decide to carry it on future lone wolf adventures instead of leaving it behind in the safekeeping of the monastery, using it in combat will add 3 points to your combat skill, but reduce your endurance total by 3.
That kind of sucks.
So we've got the summer sword, so there's no point in us taking it, is there?
There's no point. No.
That's a conundrum. You want to kick butt or and take damage, or do you just want to be normal?
Well, no, we've got a summer sword. We'd have to replace our summer sword, which is like +9 to fight. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yep.
You vow never to let it fall into the wrong hands as long as you live. You free Madelon from the altar and carry her through the corridors of the temple that lead up to the surface. As you emerge into the moonlit ruins, an astounding sight greets your eyes. Baraka's warriors are running from the ghost city in all directions, closely pursued by an army of cavalrymen. The light of the full moon and the guttering torches that these soldiers carry illuminates the sun crest that bedecks their tunics. Word must have reached Homeguard, for they are the Somlending army, led by King Ulnar V himself. Your countryfolk praise your courage and daring, their strident cheers drowning the baleful cry of Mappengorge. For once again you have proved yourself a true hero of Sommerland. As you deliver Madelon into the waiting arms of her loving father, his overwhelming joy fills you with a sense of great achievement. Indeed, you are worthy of the title Kai Warrior. You have succeeded in your perilous mission, but the epic saga of Lone Wolf, the last of the Kai, is far from over. A new and deadly challenge awaits you in the distant desert realm of Vassagonia. If you possess the courage of a true Kai, you can face this challenge in the next Lone Wolf adventure. Okay, I think we're going to leave the Dagger of Vashna at a monastery. Sell it and take the XP. Well, that's a good idea. Sacrifice a child with it just to see what happens.
What's the next
The next book is Shadow on the Sand.
Okay. Is that the last one that you've got?
Yes.
Ah, yes.
There we go. Shadow on the Sand. Shall we have a little look? I do have a little quick flick to see. We will gain a level, so that means we pick a new Kai discipline.
Is there only Mind Blast left?
There's Mind Blast and there's Weapon Skill.
Oh, of course. But we're going to pick Mind Blast, aren't we, guys? Let's be honest.
I think
we
so.
always do. I mean,
Mind Blast or Weapon Skill. Mind Blast or Weapon Skill. Make
Mind
your
Blast.
choice.
Yeah.
You got 2 Mind Blast here.
I'll go with that. Yep.
Halakar being naughty as usual.
Yeah. He's misbehaving because he's not here. Not here.
Oh my God, Halakar,
person.
that's funny. A little something. How about if the bitch just goes makes us a sandwich or something? Did I say that out loud?
Yes. We'll have to send Nerd around to give you a slap.
Yes. And if Kabuki Kid was here, her also.
Yeah, I would have to apologize to her. I am sorry for that.
We all know it's a joke, Dan.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
By the way, that is a very unbecoming photo of me that you have up on your page.
Is it?
Well, I was sleeping.
Yes.
I saw it. I'm like, really? They got me on that one?
Yeah. When you fell asleep on the stream on Wednesday.
Yeah, I did.
I left you in the background. I was watching to see if you woke up, but you didn't. You look so peaceful. So far, we've got everyone's going for Mind Blast, apart from Mercurius.
The contrarian as he is.
He's being a contrarian tonight. Yes, yes. I'll let you know what Mind Blast does. It allows you to add 2 to your combat skill in any combat where it says in any combat where the enemy is not immune to Mind Blast.
Also, it's like a passive +2 to anyone who's susceptible. Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, it's only undead that you don't.
Oh yeah, because they don't have any.
Yeah, it's better than weapon skill. Weapon skill, you roll a random weapon to get +2 with that type of weapon, and if we don't get sword, then
Kind of sucks.
then
Yeah.
it's useless. Then it's useless.
The summer spear.
Just
There he is.
Well, yeah,
Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty.
yeah, and the cat's being a butthead, so I had to like show him off.
So we are now a Kai master. Mind Blast all the way, and it only attracts Mind Flayers 1 time out of 6. That would be interesting if it did that.
Too much light.
Frazetta's drawings did generally have a theme. Big muscles and skimpy clothing.
Oh, so Conan.
Conan, basically, yeah.
So like the epitome of manly men and womanly women.
or me on a Saturday morning.
Womanly.
I mean, Frazetta basically took that sort of macho men and big bosom women stereotype and dialed it right up. Dialed it right up.
And put it on steroids.
Yeah. Oh, all his male characters would have been on steroids. Yes. Yes.
Frazetta, yes.
Okay. There's the intro.
It's funny because they talk about male fantasy, but it's technically also female fantasy. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
the same
I
way that we.
If I show those pictures to my wife, yeah.
Right. It's told me to get some gold. So roll a d10 and add 10 to it, and that's how many gold crowns we start with.
Okay.
13. We're given a map of the Desert Empire of Barakish, and that's it. Right.
So everyone chose Mind Blast.
Yeah.
Apart from
Mind Blast,
Mercurius, bless him.
Yeah. Okay. Spend it on booze. Well, no doubt. Yeah. Well, what normally happens with you lot is we end up in a gambling den and lose it. Everyone goes, gamble. The story so far. You are Lone Wolf, the last of the Kai Lords of Summerland, the sole survivor of the massacre that destroyed this warrior order during an invasion of your beloved homeland by Dark Lord Zagana of Helgadad in MS 5050. Let's give it a year now. It is now midwinter of MS 5055. MS.
Wow, so each book has taken a year, basically.
Yeah. And a mantle of snow lies knee-deep in the streets of Homegard. You are summoned from your monastery in the hills by a royal messenger bearing a scroll, signed and sealed by the hand of King Ulnar V. You are surprised to read the king's message, for it is a request for your help in solving an urgent problem that he describes as being of great diplomatic importance. It seems a somewhat unusual request to make of a warrior Kai, whose skills are better suited to the field of battle than to parleying with foreign envoys. However, dutifully you obey the summons, and upon your arrival at the King's Citadel in Homegard, all is made clear. The Zakan of Vasagonia, the imperial ruler of this desert empire, has sent his most trusted envoy to Sommerland to seek a treaty of peace between your two countries. The Zakan has especially asked that you be the one who signs the treaty on behalf of your country. The reason for this soon becomes apparent. Less than a year ago, a renegade noble from Vasagonia called Barakar led his army of bandits in an attack upon the remote Somlending province of Varanen. This mining town and much of the surrounding land was overrun and destroyed. Many Somlending lost their lives, and many more were enslaved and forced to labor in the mines of the Marken Range. When the regular convoy from Rwannan failed to arrive at the capital, King Ulnar sent you to investigate. A great battle ensued in which you defeated Barakar in mortal combat. We just threw holy water at him. Had it not been for your courage and skill and accuracy with a bottle of holy water, the safety of Sommerland and all of the last lands would have been placed in greater peril by Barakar's evil plans. Holy water does 1d8 damage. He was nothing more than a simple one-hit dice skeleton. Your Majesty, the Zakan is greatly embarrassed by Barakar's foul treachery. He is most anxious that our valued friendship and trust be restored. He begs that you send the Kai warrior Lone Wolf to sign a treaty of peace with him at the Grand Palace of Barakish, whimpers the Zakan's emissary, as he kneels subserviently at the feet of King Ulnar. Put my teeth in. The king rises from his throne, barely able to conceal his distaste for the fawning envoy. He turns his gaze to you and bids you follow him to the privacy of an antechamber. I have no liking for this desert realm, Lone Wolf, but I like the prospect of war even less. The Zakan is old and frail, and has no son to accede to his throne when he dies. Barakar was but one of many ruthless nobles who wait like jackals for this chance to seize power. I fear they have grown too impatient to allow the Zakan to die a natural death. The treaty may not guarantee peace with Vasagonia once the Zakan has passed away, but it will at least buy us precious time to strengthen our southern defences. The king leads you to a window and points towards the harbour, barely visible through the flurries of falling snow. A Vasagonian galley is moored at the harbour wall. Go to Vasagonia, Lone Wolf. Sign the treaty and return quickly. Even though the Zakan promises peace, I fear the shadow of war may descend upon us before the year is out. You wave farewell to Homeguard on this bleak midwinter's day, hoping to return in time to see the spring thaw. But as you watch the spires of Homeguard fade from sight amidst the falling snow, you are blissfully unaware of the perils that await you in distant Vasagonia.
If you're wondering, by the way, why I laughed in the middle of you reading all that, it's because there was a character in Mortal Kombat in the future who was called Baraka, and the book said defeat Baraka in Mortal Kombat. So maybe that's why.
Hey! I wonder if he was related to B.A. Baracus from the A-Team.
Ah, pity the fool.
Did he go in helicopters?
No.
Or
Baraka?
planes? I ain't going no damn plane. Or whatever. Something like that. That was a terrible impression. Right. So, okay. More introduction to read. They probably are hanging out somewhere. Writing adventures. Doing character drawings for Egg, Arneson, Ward, Lukofka. And any others that have got Moldvay. Didn't he pass away as well? Who else has gone? Who else has gone? Don Turnbull gone as well.
Yeah. Who all did you mention so far?
Gygax, Arneson, Ward, Lukofka, Moldvay, Turnbull.
Oh shit. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. It's my memory. What's his name? Did a lot of stuff for the basic editions.
Well, Cook and Mensa are both still with us.
Ross Nicholson.
Russ Nicholson, yes, yeah. Russ
Who was
Nicholson's
the
the
one that
artist.
he his style? Everybody was like very angular.
Oh, the artist.
Yeah.
Oh, the artist I know who passed away was Dave Trampier.
Okay, I did not know that,
He passed away a few years ago.
but he did a lot of stuff for the basic set. Errol Otis.
He's still with us.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, Otis is
Well,
still alive. Yeah.
He got to
Yeah.
be 2 days older than Dirt. Literally.
I've not
No,
heard
he was
that
very.
one.
Otis was quite young when he started drawing for the
Okay,
basic set.
that would explain it.
He was 20 odd, I think, when he was drawing for the basic set.
And
So
that would make him about 15 years older than us.
yeah,
He's still in his mid 60s or so.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. I figured he'd have been dead by now.
No, he's not that old. I've seen interviews with him recently.
Oh, that's cool. One of my favorite pictures or drawings, whatever you want to call them, is the one from the basic set where they have this like fat cleric, a wizard, and a fighter. They have all these items on the table, and it looks like they're arguing over them.
Yeah.
I always thought that was really cool.
He did some good stuff, Otis did. Mm-hmm. His style wasn't to everybody's taste, but
I always liked it.
I liked it, yeah. For me, his best two pieces are the back cover of The Keep on the Borderlands and the front cover of The Lost Caverns of Sausagestream.
Yeah, I do like the back cover of The Keep. I do like the Lost Caverns, but I've never run it or played it. But yeah, I do like the Keep one too. Yeah.
The cover he did for Vault of the Drow was good as well, as was what was the other one that popped into my head that's just disappeared from my head?
Yeah, no.
Oh, getting old. Okay. I liked the cover of the booklet inside in a booklet for Dwellers of the Forbidden City with the Yuan Ti lying in wait. Oh, the cover of B3 as well, Palace of the Silver Princess.
Yeah.
With the Decapus. Excellent.
That's
the one. That's the one. Straw Piglet. That's what I was thinking of. The tentacle beholder like thing. That's B3.
Yeah. Did he do the cover for the basic and expert?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did the covers for the mold
I like how he did that because he had the basic with the combat scene, and then for the expert, it was the wizard looking through the crystal ball or whatever.
Yeah, it says, Jeb says Errol Otis and Jeff D are both still working, but Elmore retired last year.
I always like, and I like how you break down his stuff, like how everybody was overposed, but his backgrounds are amazing.
Yeah, I think when Elmore got it very right with his figures, it was fantastic. I think there's a few of his pieces where it looks like he has copied. He's got an old clothing catalog and copied the the macho pope where they showing off the clothing, big macho man showing off clothing.
Yeah,
and he's just sort of copied those. I think there's a few too many of the pictures where the poses aren't very authentic feeling, but his backgrounds are superb. A lot of the covers he did for the Dragonlance modules are fabulous, and the black and white his black and white work that he did for the Beckney sets was just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
One of my favorites was the second Monstrous Manual, where it was the woman. There was like a hill giant, and she had him by the nose ring. Which one of those was that on? Like, she had the hill giant on his back, her sword was out, and she was holding his nose ring, like she was about to beat his ass.
Can't think that.
No, it wasn't.
Can't think.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I know the image you mean, but I can't think.
Yeah, well, after you buy so much stuff, you can't remember what's what. That's my problem.
Are you thinking of the one of the Will Eastley's pictures?
It might have been Eastley. Yeah, it might have been him. Yeah. Yeah, that might be who it was that did that one.
I didn't like the cover of Monster Manual 2, to be honest.
Monster Manual 2, they had it was like either like a ogre or a hill giant swinging a halberd.
And he was holding the halberd weirdly.
Yeah, the positioning of the body did not make any sense. There's no way you would wield a weapon like that in that position.
No.
Flat out. You wouldn't do it. Although if you're a dumbass hill giant, maybe you would. I don't know.
I don't think it's a hill giant. I think it's
might have been an ogre. I think
it's meant to be one of the giants in the book.
Yeah.
Like your Furbolg and your Verbeeg and things like that. I think it's meant to be one of those. Anyway, I'm gonna let's crack on. Let's read one. For 25 days, the Vasagonian galley sails a steady course for its home port of Barrakesh, with only the briefest of stops at the Duranese harbour of Port Bax to break a safe but monotonous voyage. You use your time aboard the ship to good purpose, learning the Vasagonian language from the ship's crew. They are eager to teach you, asking only in return that you tell them tales of your adventures in the Last Lands. For many of the sailors, these are the most exciting stories they've ever heard. By the time you reach Barrakesh, you have both mastered their language and won their deep respect. Yeah, we're on to book 5 now, Straw Piglet. We've started book 5, I've decided. It is early afternoon when the ramparts of the desert capital are first sighted on the horizon. You push your way through the cheering crew and join the envoy at the prow of the ship. Beaming with pride, he hands you a telescope and invites you to view the land of his birth. The sight is breathtaking. You stare with fascination at the golden domes, the minarets, and green-tiled roofs that are shimmering beneath the hot desert sun, and you marvel at the splendor of the grand palace which dominates this magnificent city. Then you notice something odd. From every golden turret of the palace, there flutters a long black pennant. You ask the envoy of the meaning of the black flags. Horror floods across his face as he snatches the telescope from your hands. By the spirit of the Marjan, he's dead. The Zakan is dead. As the bad news spreads throughout the ship, you pray that the peace treaty will be signed and be honored by the Zakan's successor. The envoy is less than hopeful. The harbour of Barrakesh is deserted, save for a handful of citizens clad in black, and the only sound that greets you is the funeral toll of a bell that echoes around the harbour on this day of mourning. A horse-drawn carriage enters the harbour square, escorted by the cavalry of the palace guard. It slows to a halt near the gangplank of the ship, and a dour man in turquoise robes steps out to meet you. 1,000 greetings, Lone Wolf. I am Mawuk. I welcome you to our city on behalf of my master, his most sublime magnificence, Zakan Kima. The envoy gasps with shocked surprise upon hearing the name of the new Zakan. He turns to speak, his eyes wild with fear. It's a trap, he gasps. You must... His warning is cut short by the blade of Mauk's dagger. Suddenly, scores of black-clad warriors emerge from the shadows of the harbour buildings. These are Shanazim, elite Vasagonian bodyguards. Quickly they close in with swords drawn, surrounding you on every side. You must act quickly if you are to survive this deadly trap. If you wish to make a stand and fight against these overwhelming odds, say so. If you choose to surrender to Mauk and his warriors, say so. Or shall we turn and run back to the galley? Okay. Stand and fight, surrender, or run?
Kick him in the
Fucking
nuts.
run.
Kick him in the nuts.
So we have run, we have fight, or surrender.
Yeah,
Fight.
kick him in the nuts.
Okay, so I'm going to take that as a fight.
Exactly, Straw Piglet.
What? Yeah, but
Alina for the basic set was Elmore's neighbor. I want to live across the street from Elmore.
how come I
doesn't
like
look like
that
that anymore.
comment?
I mean, I feel like the fact that the book is specifying that it's overwhelming odds, even though it knows everything that's happened up to this point, kind of says it.
Sun sword in the right hand, dark dagger in the left. I want to fight. It doesn't say how many there are. That's the thing. It doesn't say. We have to decide. We are a one-man meat grinder. Yes, we are. So, fight, run, or surrender. And Mind Blast up the middle. Yes, we have as long as we can use Mind Blast against them, we will go into these with a combat skill of 31. Okay, our endurance isn't wonderful. 21. I need to. Oh, I did say I was going to do a new character sheet. Okay, as soon as I say that, we get 2 votes for running.
And another.
So 5 votes for run, 3 for fight.
No one's surrendering, though. Good on you, lads.
6 for running, 3 for fighting. Any more votes? And the question tonight now is: has Mercurius voted for anything that we've done tonight? Has he voted against everything we've done? Oh dear. I'm going to stream tonight till 11:30 and no later, because I've had my shift. My original shift for tomorrow was 1 till 5:30 in my shop, which is nice Saturday afternoon, in the quiet of the 2 shops. And I'm now doing 8:30 till 5:30, training up a new member of staff in the busy shop, which typically takes 5 times what my shop takes. And I've got to train the newbie as well.
No,
Yeah.
curious.
Mercurius changed his vote to surrender. Keith's voted for fight. 7. 6 for run, 3 for fight, 1
4
for
for fight
surrender. No, because Mercurius changed.
No, Keith.
Yeah, but Mercurius changed.
Oh, right.
So,
Sorry. I'm stupid.
yeah, you are. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yep.
Oh, bless you, Squirrel Hermit. That's all right, mate. No worries.
"40 days and nights in the wilderness, Squirrel." Squirrel says fight.
And he picks the wrong option.
What did you have for dinner there, Squirrel? What did you have? I hope you had steak. I hope you didn't have a peanut butter sandwich. I hope you had steak.
What did I have for dinner today?
Either that or a big slab of fish with chips.
Oh, I wish I could have that.
Oh,
Problem is, we went to the grocery store and I didn't get any because one, the line was so big. But I ended up getting a
No.
rotisserie chicken and macaroni salad.
that's all right. That's all right.
I was telling my wife, I'm like, I really want a chicken sandwich, or not a chicken, a fish sandwich. Nice slab of
That's 6 for run, 5 for
6 for
fight,
run, 5
1
for fight.
surrender.
Yeah.
You know,
I like fish finger sandwiches.
yeah,
Oh, can never go wrong with that.
Oh,
a lot of tartar sauce, 1 or 2 slices of lettuce, a little bit, a thin slab of onion.
Nope.
I lost you
I
on
don't-
the onion.
Yeah, you lost me on the onion.
No,
You
but
got some cheese though?
oh
would-
yeah,
no,
definitely
no
like
cheese. No
some
cheese.
Colby Jack or the pepper jack.
Squirrel Hermit's eating well tomorrow.
Is Zatterrock's looking after him by the looks of things?
Then what did we do the other day? We did
Back on the road on
spaghetti and
Sunday.
meat sauce. Day before that, we for the holiday we did burgers and hot dogs on the grill with charcoal, not gas, because everything's better on charcoal. Then what's tomorrow?
Well, Squirrel Hermit's having chicken, corn of the cob, and chips tonight, and tomorrow is steak.
That's 2 good days of eating.
It is.
Yeah.
Halakar's got a funny comment as always, and Richard the Dungeon Crawler has a good question for you.
Yes, Richard. There were a few people who recognised me. Those people were Iman, Andy, Mike, and Gingerbeard. No one else. Hello, Zatterrock.
Speak of. Yeah. Interesting.
I did wear my old geek T-shirt as well on
Was
day
it
2,
Zatterrock?
but no.
The day that I was there, can confirm he did.
Yes. But no. Nobody else. Right, so I'm going to have to close this vote now, which is 6 run, 5 fight, 1 surrender. Ironically, if Mercurius had stayed with his first vote, then we'd have had a tie. Doc.
So does that mean technically he voted for our option by not voting for the other one?
Yeah.
I would allow that. Although that's up to John. But anyway.
Sounds like you are, Zatterrock. Sounds like you are. Chicken and chips, followed by Zatterrock says run. Followed by steak is magnificent. That's
oh yeah, tomorrow is tacos. That's right.
Is the T-shirt available, Yog?
that I do have a link in some of my videos to a merch store, and you can get. I've sold 2 or 3 T-shirts. I know Halakar bought one, but they hadn't got it in his size, so I had to refund him. I know Major's Musings bought 2, 1 for him, 1 for the puppet. I don't know if anyone else has bought one. It hasn't sold very well. Anyway, so if you want to have a T-shirt with my channel logo across it, then it is there. If they've got it in your size, they didn't have Halakar's size, but that was about 18 months ago. So there we go. 104. Take Lone Wolf, shouts Moog, but alive. You sprint towards the distant galley. The crew is still unaware of the desperate situation. They have not witnessed the murder of the envoy, and they are oblivious to your peril. Before you can give a shout for help, a horseman cuts across your path and blocks your access to the ship. If you wish to attack the horseman, attack the horseman, evade combat by diving into the sea. Attack the horseman, evade combat by diving into the sea, or surrender. Those are our options here. Oh, you want to make an order and give the extras to the guys at Clericon. Cool.
Diving into the water, you said, was an option?
So we can surrender, fight, or dive into the water.
Yeah, dive.
Yeah, dive.
I'm just looking for the link. Just bear with me.
Just so you guys know, I turned off my camera because my cat's being a butthead.
That's okay.
He's being a camera hog.
Oh, a lovely dog was in the shop yesterday. An American Akita.
Oh wow, they're not small. Yeah,
big and fluffy. He looked like a canine teddy bear.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's about what they're a big fur ball.
He was beautiful.
Yep. Come on, dude, you gotta let me up.
Oh, there's the link.
There we go, and I'm going to put it into the blurb for the video as well. There we go.
Come on.
Now in the tonight's video.
Just let me up.
But he was so soft, so well behaved, and he molted so much fur onto my trousers. Yeah, he was very, very fluffy. Very, very fluffy.
They are dog bears. Yep, that's it. Yep.
His name was Blade. A real sort of butch, angry dog name for an absolute soppy, soft lump of lard. Okay, so what are we doing? What did you two say?
I said dive into the water.
What did Daniel say?
I think he said that as well.
Okay. Right. We've got 2 dive, 1 fight, 1 surrender. 2 dive, 2 fight, 1 surrender. 2 dive, 3 fight.
Oh, you don't know the word soppy?
5 dive, 3 fight, 1 surrender. So at 5 dive, 3 fight, 1 surrender at the moment. Any more votes, chat?
Soppy is
means
like lovey-dovey, sort of.
Yeah. Oh, I love you. Don't be so damn soppy. That sort of thing. On Valentine's Day, you send your beloved a soppy card, or that's before you get married. Once you get married, you either send them the cheapest card at the shop or a sarcastic one.
That's it. Yeah, that's when you know it's leveled up. When you start doing sarcastic ones instead of soppy ones.
Mushy, yes. Mushy is a good word. We're at 5-4 now. So dive 5, fight 4, surrender 1.
Mushy? Oh no, because we say mushy peas. Come on, that's just weird.
Well, mushy is the same. Mushy is the same.
Kind of.
Gooey is another one.
No, that's what happens after you give the card.
Hey. So 5 dive, 4 fight, 1 surrender. Where are the warriors?
Exactly.
It's one.
Never surrender.
It looks like it's 1 horseman that's blocked us off. Doesn't say where the rest of the warriors are. What could go wrong, eh? What could go wrong? Where are the warriors? Oh, among us.
Piglet, wait till Saturdays when we run our games. You'll see what happens.
I can't play tomorrow because I'm going to be busy. So
Training up new, lad.
Training up new lad. I can hardly sit in the back of the shop with the microphone on, leaving him to deal with tons of customers. No, we can't do that, Halakar. No, we can't. No, we can't.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. The line has been crossed, Halakar.
Yes. I'm squirming on my chair thinking about the thought of that.
Hal, I'm all for with you. I'm with you on fighting.
No, Dan, don't encourage.
No, I'm gonna back him up.
Oh, you switching to fight? Okay.
No.
Oh, I did miss the vote of dive from Jeb. Divers won.
Yes. I mean, I think yes.
142. Don't encourage is the correct course of action. Yeah. Enhanced interrogation. Yes. You hit the water and swim submerged until the pain in your lungs forces you up to the surface. Shana Zim are running in every direction. They're trying to surround the key and prevent your escape. Gulping another breath, you dive again and swim towards a cluster of small boats moored less than 50 yards away. Through the clear blue water, it is easy to see the rubbish that litters the bed of the harbour. They are the discarded mementos of scores of merchant ships that have docked at the quayside over the years. Clinging to the shaft of an old anchor is a strange jelly-like blob. A mass of short tubes stick out from its side, and a long hook-like scoop hangs beneath its rubbery body. Without warning, the blob suddenly jets towards you, propelled by water from its massive breathing tubes. It is a blood lug, a deadly predator, and it's hungry to feed on your flesh. The storyline is steering to us towards having to talk to the boss, yes. Do we have the Kai discipline of animal kinship? Yes, we do.
Oh, we do, yeah.
Discipline.
Basically.
You call upon your Kai discipline in order to force the creature away. The bloodlug swiftly changes direction and jets towards a small squid that has taken refuge in a large copper urn. Poor squid. You continue swimming to keep a watchful eye on the bloodlug as it engulfs and devours the helpless squid. Turn now to 95. We can't get a pet blob, sadly. It doesn't let us.
Get him, boy.
Schlop. You surface beside a covered skiff. Anxious to avoid the deadly scavengers that infest the waters of Barakesh Harbour, you haul yourself aboard and hide beneath the boat's canopy of woven rushes. You are breathless from the exertion of your swim, but you dare not make a sound. Maruk's men are everywhere. They are racing along the harbour walls, their eyes searching the water for any sign of your whereabouts. If you are to escape from them, you must think of something to divert their attention. Do we have mind over matter? Yes, we do.
Yes.
Imagine that.
Oh, I'm liking where
Imagine
this is
that.
going.
Yeah.
We're being a sneaky lone wolf.
We are, yes. Staring out across the harbour, you notice a large white-domed warehouse perched near the water's edge. A platform on its upper floor overhangs a merchant dhow moored at the quayside below. Standing on this platform are several earthenware tons, huge spice containers destined for the trading emporiums of Ragadorn. You focus your attention on one of these tons and concentrate all your Kai skill into making it move. Sweat trickles freely down your face from the strain, but you soon hear a distant crash that confirms your efforts have been successful. The ton has fallen and shattered onto the deck of the dhow below. To continue, turn to 153. Mauk orders his black-clad troops to search the area, threatening them with death if they allow you to escape. You bite your lip and await a chance to run. Creeping from one boat to the next, you reach a narrow flight of stone steps. At the top of the steps, beyond a small paved square, lies a maze of crooked alleyways that disappear into the shadows of the thieves' quarter. You are less than 20 feet from safety when a cry echoes across the water. There's the Kai! Sprinting along the deserted passage, you climb a stairway and emerge into an open courtyard. The sound of hooves clattering on the cobblestones below urges you onwards. There are 3 possible exits from this courtyard. A high, nail-studded gate to the left, an alley to your right, and a straight paved pathway that leads off towards an arch. You must make a quick decision, for Mauk's men are hot on your heels. But we have tracking, so we don't have to make the decision. Tracking helps us. 7 minutes of the stream to go. Your Kai sense warns you that the alley ahead is a dead end. If you were to take this exit from the square, you would certainly be trapped. Only 2 other choices remain. The high, nail-studded gate to your left, or the path directly ahead. Okay. Go through the gate to the left, or take the path ahead. Gate or path. That's your choice. Squirrel Hermit goes for the high-studded gate.
Yeah, I'll agree. Gate.
Gate. Keith says gate. Jeb says gate. Gate is left, Mr. Baker. Halakar says gate.
Is he being Justin?
I think he is.
I'm going to go with Hal and say gate.
Okay. I'm assuming if Mr. Baker asks which way is left, that's where he wants to go. So that's, yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's gate. 7 votes for gate. No votes for the path ahead.
All right.
I vote for some tropical crush to wet my whistle.
Oh, wet and dull whistle.
Coco says gate. %60 chance of a type 1 demon if we gate. Yeah. Iman won't get
And
that.
Mercurius.
Mercurius and Zatarok go for the path ahead. But they're going to be outvoted because we've had 8 votes for the gate and 2 for the path. So my number in chat says 15, which means gate has won. Zatarok has voted twice so far, and both times she's voted differently to Squirrel Hermit. That ring, Squirrel, that ring that you brought her back from your trip away for 40 days and nights in the wilderness, it's clearly a ring of contrariness.
Ring of confusion, perhaps?
That's what my wife has.
A ring of contrariness is one of my favourite magic items in AD&D, Iman.
Yeah.
If you put it on, you have to disagree with everything anyone asks you to do. And you have to cast a remove curse spell to get rid of it. It's a lot of fun.
Hey, Iman, don't commit suicide. What? I'm joking.
Mercurius, thank you. Thank you. The Ring of Contrariness does have a bonus. It has a magical ability, but
Hey, don't
well,
drink that poison flask. F you, I won't do what you tell me.
Ring of being a toddler.
It does sound fun.
Yeah. The gate to the left.
Curious with another one.
I think it's a random. I think it mimics another ring, but so it gives you the bonus, but also at the same time you have to be contrary. So it can be like a ring of protection, but also a ring of contrariness, or a ring of fire resistance, but also contrariness. You twist the handle, but the gate is locked. You're about to turn and run when suddenly the gate flies open. A man appears in the doorway. Quickly, Northlander, I will hide you. Swiftly, the man steps back to allow you to enter. Do we enter? Do we climb the path? Right. Okay. Do we enter the gate? Do we enter the alley, or do we climb the path towards the archway? Those are our options. The alley was a dead end, wasn't it? Okay. So do we accept this invite, or do we continue along the path ahead?
Yeah, I'm gonna accept the invite.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my god. So yeah, you screwed the cherry tree, Hal. That's funny. Yeah.
Everyone seems to be wanting to accept the invite at the moment. I've read Dungeonland. I don't remember seeing it in there. It's probably Land Beyond the Magic Mirror, which I haven't read as I haven't studied as closely as I've studied Dungeonland. Right. Enter. Ignore it. Refuse the invite and continue on the path, or go back to the alleyway that we know is a dead end. Mercurius. I mean,
he definitely has a ring of contrariness on.
He does, yes, he does.
Enter it is.
We are entering. We are entering. I'm not going to sing, Robert. I'm not going to sing. $24. The man slams the gate and draws the bolt. Seconds later, you hear the footfalls of the Shanazim as they come running into the courtyard. Go inside, whispers the man, pointing to the darkened interior of his house. I shall get rid of the soldiers. You enter the house and climb a staircase to a large, airy room which looks out over a marketplace. Long black flags hang from the windows of a hall opposite, and the sounds of mourning can be heard filtering through its open doors. If you have the Kai discipline of Sixth Sense, turn to 147. We do, and we shall. Your Kai sense tells you to beware of the man who just helped you. He intends to betray you to the authorities for a few pieces of gold. Do we stay in his house, or do we escape by way of the window? Stay or escape? This is the last choice of the stream because I have to get sleep tonight.
Escape. Sixth Sense never lies.
Stay or escape?
Elbows and assholes.
Mercurius, of course, Mercurius. Of course.
You got in early with that one.
He did, straight away. Bang! I know that nobody else is going to say stay, so I'm going to say it now. Zaturox in told you so mode. Escape. Okay, so we are at 147. We have chosen to escape. So that is 109. What was it? Was it the 14th or the 21st I put for the Car Wars thing?
I thought it was the 14th.
I can check.
Yeah, I'd have to go.
I think I've put it for a night that I can stay up later when I'm scheduled to go in at 1 p.m. to work rather than
21st.
21st.
Yeah.
So it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Okay. So we shall almost certainly be continuing with this next week, unless I dream up something. I have a few ideas mulling around in my head. I am planning to run a Car Wars arena battle with whoever wishes to play. Those who are involved will be required to A, use Roll20, and B, be able to manipulate Roll20 quite smoothly, because you'll be moving your little cars around a gridded board using the Car Wars movement thing. So if anyone wants to play in that, you're more than welcome. But I've rescheduled it for the 21st of June, planning on starting at 9 my time, which is 45 minutes earlier than I start the read-through streams, because I predict it'll go on for 3 or 4 hours. But we shall see. We shall see. I have stock cars I've already made for it. So if anyone wishes to play Car Wars, let me know. I also bought some one-on-one Call of Cthulhu adventures at the expo.
I call dibs.
And Iman's already called dibs on playing one of those. I need to prepare them though. So it depends on time. But we do have this book to finish as well. So plenty going forward for Friday nights. These Lone Wolf books have been taking on average 3 or 4 sessions. So yeah, maybe finish it by the end of June. And then there's a big Call of Cthulhu, 1,000 entry Call of Cthulhu adventure I'd like to run.
More Call of Cthulhu?
Yes, a choose your own adventure Call of Cthulhu, a massive one.
Yes. Sign me up.
Elfbait says sausage. I think Elfbait. Oh, what have I done here? Whoopsies. Whoopsies.
Elfbait, check out the new one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Check out exclamation mark sausage. There we go.
Is this going to be an adventure where one of the
There
people
it is.
that gets squished to death and explodes?
Call of Cthulhu, very possibly. Very possibly.
Just wondering, because, it didn't happen to Warlog last week. I'm saying that very sarcastically, but
Daniel lost his first proper character last week 2 weeks ago.
yeah, he got squished.
He got squished. His second level fighter. Yeah. Our car was cars electric because they were self-ignite. Well, judging by the standard of driving in most Car Wars games I've seen, they're gonna crash and burn anyway. Yeah. Anyway, Elfbait, you've arrived just as I'm finishing the stream, so because I've got to go to work early tomorrow. So I'm gonna say bye. Iman, check out Iman's channel. Check out Intellectual Quandary. Daniel doesn't have a channel. People who do have channels, Elfbait definitely has a channel. Squirrel Hermit has a channel. Check him out. Anybody else? Anybody else been in?
Everybody.
Don't know. But once again, thank you for all the memberships, and of course that whopping great donation from Squirrel Hermit. Cheers for joining us tonight. I've got to go to work tomorrow. So
have a good night, everybody.
I'm going to call it now. Thank you all. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
See you, most of you in the morning, I guess.